Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Voices for Change 2.0, the only podcast that focuses on mental health while mixing in movies, music, books, sports, and pop culture. Here are your hosts, Rebecca and Joe Lombardo.
Good Saturday morning, everybody. We hope you are having a great day already today. We are doing just fine.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to give us a listen. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. So if you've been, listening to our show since the very, very beginning, back in the good old days, all the way back in June when we started, you know that our very first show, we interviewed a band called Saphyre Rain. When we first spoke with them, we knew that we wanted to keep up with their story because aside from anything else, we are really big fans. They've come really far since the time that, the first time that we chatted with them, and we know that their fan base has grown. So we've decided to interview them again just to check in and see how they're doing. So that being said, please welcome to the show Amanda and Austin Harris from Saphyre Rain. Hi, guys.
How's it going?
Hi, guys.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good.
Thanks for joining us. I know it's real early there. You guys are in Colorado, so it's like, 9 a.m. or something?
Yeah, it's not. We're used to it.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
How's the weather there?
It's been okay the last few days. I mean, it's cold, but it's been like in the 40s.
Oh, that's not too bad. It's been pretty cold here, so.
Yeah, I think it hit 50 on like Tuesday or Wednesday, but it's been cooling off ever since, and it's freaking freezing out there today.
Yeah, we're freezing. We're freezing just doing the show, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have any questions for us before we go any further?
Oh,
I don't think so. Maybe we'll think of something as we go along, though, here.
Okay.
That sounds good.
All right, no problem. Just give us a shout anytime you have questions or anything, and we'll try to get them in there.
Yeah, and for those of you, like Rebecca had said, who've been listening from the beginning, you may hear us ask a couple of questions that we asked on that first show with Saphyre Rain, and the reason we're doing that is to acquaint the people that haven't heard the show, they're not familiar with these guys and their background, and so deal with it.
And don't forget, if you're in the Blog Talk room listening to the show, underneath the scrolling photos is a chat room. Our amazing producer Scott will let us know if we have any guests or any questions, so make sure you ask your questions. We'll try to get them on the show. Also, I have Twitter up on our computer, and I'm constantly refreshing, so you can use hashtag VFChange if you have any questions for us. So that being said, we're just going to get right on into the questions. So, guys, where did you two meet? And did you know right away that you wanted to play music together?
It was actually kind of a funny story. I was in a different band at the time that we met, and we needed a drummer because we were going to have studio time, and I had already booked the studio time and didn't have a drummer to play the songs. So I had an ad out and ended up connecting with Austin, and then we just, it was really kind of one of those love at first sight things.
Definitely was.
We met and just clicked, and then we recorded a 12-song album with that band, and then we've just kind of been doing music in the background, and then more seriously with Saphyre Rain ever since.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. You guys are cute.
You guys are cute. How long has it been now? How long has it been since that happened?
We just
What
had
has it been like?
we just had our 5-year anniversary, so about 5.5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Since we
Very
met.
cool.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
I remember those days.
Yeah. We celebrated 15 back in August, so it gets pretty cool as you go on, guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, do either of you struggle with mental illness in any way, or have you ever?
I mean, I wouldn't say that we do, but I think that, everybody struggles with,
Well, I think, like, we haven't been diagnosed with anything per se. I mean, I think that, especially in light of recent research, I feel that I struggle with anxiety and then sometimes depression, but it's, just things that we manage with. It's not like we have to be on medication or, but I think that, and Austin kind of had, like bullying growing up, and we both dealt with like abusive situations and.
Yeah, just like, it's like high school and all that, I'm sure a lot of people know how hard that can be.
Yeah.
Being bullied and all that. Being the outcast.
I know all about being the outcast and whatnot. That's all I hung around with. But it's high school's a drag.
Yeah, it was.
It was fun. It had its moments.
I ditched out on a lot of school because I didn't want to be there.
Yeah, that's one thing I never did was not go until it started, where I would get up in the morning and it was my standard excuse to my mom was I have a headache and a stomach ache. And what I know now is that I was dealing with anxiety, knowing that I had to go to school. If I could have gone to school and just, walked around and talked to everybody all day, I would have gone probably and had no anxiety whatsoever. But I actually had to go into classes where I didn't know what the hell was going on at most of the time. I like English and stuff, I'm all good, but you get me into math and history and science, and I'm like, what? So if it could have been a social hour the entire time, I probably wouldn't have had much anxiety going to school. But it was always, Mom, I've got a headache and a stomach ache, and most days she just told me just to suck it up. But there were days here and there where she kind of relented and let me stay home, but it was tough. And that's when I first realized that something was definitely going wrong with me. So, but when did
that's tough.
Yeah.
When did you decide that your music would have a certain message?
Well, that's kind of the reason why I got started writing music. I had been through a really hard divorce, and I was a single mom for a time, and I started writing lyrics, and eventually I've played guitar and piano almost my whole life, but I had never written songs. And then I just kind of, I was getting like relief. It was a huge coping mechanism for everything that I was going through, and also lost my grandfather to cancer about that time period, and I just wanted to do, I started writing these songs thinking, what can I do to make this world better? What can we do? And I never had been specifically suicide focused until we started Saphyre Rain. But I mean, I had always wanted our songs to be hopeful and encouraging and uplifting and applicable for all people, regardless of religion or race or orientation or anything like that. But I think the suicide focus started after Austin and I were having a conversation, and I had read a statistic about the suicide rates in 10-year-olds. And I was so blown away that there were even 10-year-olds that considered suicide, because I have an 8-year-old, you know. I just was,
right.
I was so just blown away. But,
you know,
go ahead, Joe.
No, but please continue.
Oh, so I just, that's kind of when we started getting the idea for our song Live, and that was the single off of our last EP called Break the Cycle, and we've met so many awesome people through, you know, having that kind of focus and wanting to have awareness. And I also lost my uncle due to suicide too, so I just have a real heart for anybody who's in that spot, because I've definitely been there, like, contemplating whether it's worth continuing, you know, and that's just kind of that's our main focus, I guess.
Yeah, just kind of like, you know, I think we just sat down and just kind of like, you know, why are we doing this? You know, like, I think that we need to, you know, have a focus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I mean, like Amanda said, she always, you know, wrote songs and stuff. I think it was just kind of to, you know, I mean, there's always meaning to it, but
it was kind of like shooting arrows with blunt ends. Like, you know, like if you don't have a point or a focus, I feel like it's not, you know, you need to really like hone in on what your talent is and what your passion is, and make it all come together into one.
That's great.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely understand that with the songwriting, because it's, you know, my last band, you know, we would all contribute stuff, and, you know, musically it was very much a big collaboration, but lyric-wise it was either our singer writing the lyrics and he wrote about all sorts of different things, or there were a few songs that I wrote the lyrics to, and then I would get with him and we would kind of bang them out to mold it more into his style of singing. But unless you've got something, you know, specific that you're focusing on, that you're trying to say, you know, it feels rather aimless at points, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, and not to say that every song that we write is about suicide, but I mean, I think that we definitely, that's always in the back of our minds.
We're very passionate about it.
How to be helpful, you know, for people who are struggling.
Yeah, it's definitely the word I would use is hope. You know, that's what I've been saying about you guys all week, you know, that your music carries a message of hope, and I think that that's, you know, absolutely fantastic. And I told the story a couple of times, but I'm just really, I think it was 2015 now, I think maybe it was, that you reached out to me on Twitter and was like, hey, you want to hear our song? And usually, you know, usually when I get a message like that from somebody, I'm like, no. You know, I'm just on there to do my thing, and I want to get it done and get off. And for some reason, when I looked at your profile, it just sort of connected with me, and I listened to the song, and my mind was just absolutely blown, and I knew that I had to, you know, help you guys get your name out there. And you know, we've been friends ever since, and there have been times when you've been the only person besides Joe that was there for me, and you know, I'm really, really grateful for that, you know, because you didn't have
I am too.
You didn't have to be there, you know. It's just the way things developed, it's been great. It's really been great getting to know you guys.
Yeah, and I remember, you know, when she heard your guys' song, and she was, you know, oh, you got to hear these guys. These guys are great. And then I checked it out. I'm like, you are correct. These guys are great.
Especially when you realize that it's just the two of you.
Yeah.
You know, when that hits, you're like, holy crap, because there's not a lot of, you know, two-person bands out there that can sound as good as you guys do. So
yeah, that are good
and married.
Yeah, you know.
You know, that's definitely an added little bonus there. So
yeah, I won't voice my opinion of the White Stripes, another duo, but it's not good. So you know, the fact that you guys are doing it just it's awesome because it shows what it can be, you know.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we're
guys.
We
Really
appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
We are actually going to take a quick break, and during this break, we are going to listen to Saphyre Rain's song, Live. It's going to be amazing if you're a first-time listener, so make sure you hang on, and we'll be right back.
Just looking for a reason to hold on. It's none of this matters, so why am I here? Nobody noticed before I disappeared. Here's your reason. Somebody cares. If your heart's still beating, nothing is your here. So I can tell you that you're better off knowing. It's not over, baby, you're not done. Rose and fingers embrace this new sun. You're going through hell and it's nothing but hurt. And life is a war, but freedom has come for you. Here is your reason. Somebody cares. If your heart's still beating, and nothing is your here. And so I can tell you that you're better off going. What do you do live on? Breathe in and breathe it out. You're not thinking for enough. Stories beginning. Hold your breath against the pain. Hope you find your soul again. Not on your own anymore. Hold on.
Hey, welcome back to Voices for Change 2.0. You are listening to Jeff and Jeff. Why do I always
Jeff?
do that? It's my brother. I've always done that. When I confuse Jeff and Joe all the time because my brother's name is Jeff. Anyway, he got a little shout out today. It's Joe and Rebecca Lombardo.
There you go.
And
Yep.
you just got to hear an amazing song by the band Saphyre Rain, who we are speaking with today. So, guys, we know that you have an EP called Break the Cycle.
And
it's,
Liv is on it.
Yep,
isn't
Liv is on
Yes.
it, and it
Yeah.
is available on iTunes. But are you working on anything new currently?
We're writing new songs for a new record coming up. We're supposed to go into the studio in March.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
great.
And then I have one thing to say about Break the Cycle. If you go to our website and sign up for our emailing list, you can get a free download of the whole record.
Oh, cool.
Oh, and your website is www.sapphirerain.com. And when you spell Saphyre, remember to spell it Saphyre. I hope you caught that.
Yeah.
But we'll say it again at the end of the show.
Yep. So, and it's very cool that there's a link on your website highlighting suicide prevention too. Very cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just wanted to put that out there. So,
Yes.
but sorry, Amanda, go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, just check out the website. We've got like our music videos and stuff up there, and yeah, like Austin said, the record is there and pretty much everywhere too. It's on Spotify and iTunes and Apple Music and
YouTube.
So
all the major
your
places.
YouTube page is awesome.
Sweet.
oh.
So you guys were talking about new stuff, and you're getting into the studio in March, which is awesome. I missed that. Just putting that out there. But so new music.
Yes, we're working on. We're just in the pre-production stage right now. It's where we pretty much have the songs written, and then we go back and forth with our producer and make little edits here and there, and
try to make it the best that it can be. And I think that these next record I think is really going to be a step up even from Break the Cycle. We're super proud with what's been happening in the writing process.
Yeah, we just kind of I feel like we've been able to settle in a little bit better to what we want to do musically, and
having an easier time finding your voice.
Yes. The vocals are getting easier for sure, and then the lyrics are coming together, and I'm getting better at playing baritone guitar, so that's always making things easier. But yeah.
No, we're super excited to get it out so people can hear it.
That's cool.
Yes, I'm not sure what our release date's going to be yet, but our first studio time is booked in March, so hopefully this summer sometime.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, we
really
can't wait to hear it
that.
when you guys have it together. And we'd love to have you on the show again to debut it. That would be awesome.
Absolutely. We'll definitely talk to you about that.
That'd be awesome.
And one thing that people should know too is that you put a lot of work into your videos. Everything that you've done has been really, really cool and just has this certain vibe to it, and especially the video for Glow, I know that it ended up not being exactly what you had originally planned. It became something a little bit different, but I happen to love it. I think it turned out great. So if you can check out their YouTube channel, please do, because their videos are on there. I think that you can get there through their website as well, but check out their videos because they're just really, really cool. And we actually have a 30-second clip of a newer song for you guys that you haven't released yet. Amanda, did you want to introduce that clip for us?
Yes, I do. So that song specifically, and why I chose to kind of debut it here, is I was, when you had sent me your copy of your book, It's Not Your Journey, and I was kind of going through, highlighting my favorite parts and my favorite quotes from you in that book, and I ran across this one statement that you had, and I'm going to read it real quick. And it said, it is possible you can overcome all the pain of your past and move forward. Climb out of the hole a little bit more every day, and if you need me to, I will throw you a rope. And I just thought that was so cool, and that line just stuck with me, I'll throw you a rope. And so I kind of started writing around that line, my emotions and my feelings about that. And this is the one chorus from our song Overboard that's going to be on the next record.
Okay,
Awesome.
let's have Scott cue that up for us. Wow, that is really,
That's
really
awesome.
cool. Actually, I have a lump in my throat.
Oh.
That's
Well,
awesome.
thank you for being the inspiration.
Okay, don't make it worse. I get so emotional about everything, and to be an influence to you in any way is amazing. So, Joe's gonna take it over now.
she's all weepy. Good job, guys. Thanks for that. I get to take care of this later, so thanks. No, it's awesome. That song, I love your stuff is heavy, but you know how to write a hook, and it's awesome because your ear just grabs onto it, and you can't not listen. You know, it's amazing what you guys do. Who are your musical influences? Where does that come from?
We have a strange variety.
Yeah, we listen to a little bit of everything, I would say.
Austin's kind of more like the heavy metal kind of side.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I don't know, my big influence right now is probably Bring Me the Horizon, 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
And
he grew up with Pantera and all those older metal.
Yeah,
bands,
the old kind of old school metal stuff.
I wouldn't say old too many times because that's what Joe grew up listening to. So
I remember
don't
when
say
that
old too many more times.
I remember when that was new. Okay, so that's the thing
the beginning of metal bands.
when everybody says it's old school, it's I remember when it wasn't old.
It wasn't old school.
It was new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nirvana and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Amanda, I know you're really... Go ahead.
I was kind of more the country side.
Bluegrass.
Oh my gosh. Well, what about Switchfoot? Come on, you got to give your shout out to Switchfoot.
Switchfoot's probably our
our biggest.
It's I don't know. I love their message and I love their style, and it seems like every record's something new. But other than that too, I love Bring Me the Horizon of Mice and Men, The Word Alive, Color Morale, and even Mumford and Sons and 21 Pilots. Just they've been a huge inspiration to us because of the duo thing. There's a lot of people that say that we can't do it this way, so it's really cool to have those guys that are doing it in the capacity that they are. It's a cool thing.
Yeah. I have a friend who really, really loves 21 Pilots. She loves a lot of what I would consider to be obscure music because I'll be honest with you, I don't listen to the radio. I get music from TV shows and from wrestlers' entrance music on wrestling. But she's got a more vast array of things that she likes, and I remember her always mentioning this 21 Pilot song, and it wasn't until the previews started coming on TV for the Suicide Squad movie that I heard them for the first time, and it was almost instantaneous when I heard Heathens. I wanted to hear more, and I had to look up the song and everything, and that, I'm really, really enjoying them as well. So.
And it's funny because now that's her ringtone whenever she calls.
Yeah, it's my ringtone. It's my ringtone for him, and it's my ringtone on my phone too. So.
Yeah. So it's pretty funny, but but it's cool because like I said, you guys are you're a two-piece and you're doing what you're doing, and it doesn't sound like a two-piece. It's not like all jangly and spare. It's a full sound.
Thank
I'm not
you.
sure where you're headed with that, babe, but
So I'm just telling you that they're doing good. Okay.
All right. So far, what has been the best part of your experience? Of releasing an album, playing gigs, getting to know fans. Like, what has been your favorite aspect of all of that?
I think just connecting with fans and people. We enjoy and love people, just talking and getting to know them, and we've met a lot of cool people, since our first EP was released.
It's hard to pick, really what's your favorite part of the process. I mean, because each step has kind of been a growing process just in itself, and making the videos and recording the record and learning how to play shows with just two people.
And then just all the business side of stuff too. It's just all, a learning experience.
Yeah.
Right.
But definitely the fans is, our favorite part. And
yeah, I mean, without them, we wouldn't be able to do this.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That was when I was playing out. That was the one of the driving forces for me, was actually getting up on the stage and playing for our people and having them get into it and knowing, hey, these people are digging on something that I wrote. That was always the coolest thing, because it'd be one thing if you were playing a cover, you're playing someone else's music, and yeah, they're into it and that's great and everything, but that's somebody else's music, and when you're actually out there rocking out and it's something that you put your heart and your soul and your blood and your sweat and your tears into, and it's appreciated, such a cool feeling.
Yeah,
absolutely.
For sure.
You guys have been playing a lot of gigs. It's mostly been in your home state of Colorado. What do you have coming up?
Let's see, in March, or no, not March, February, sorry. We have 4 shows booked, some pretty big ones.
Cool.
We have one on the 4th of February at Moe's Barbecue in Denver. And then on the 11th, we have one at the Moxie Theater. And that's with
JT Woodruff.
Yeah, he's the singer of Hawthorne Heights.
So that,
cool.
That'll be a really cool show.
So that's that's a national show, and I mean it's an unplugged tour, so it's the acoustic show. That'll be our first acoustic.
Oh,
that's
sounds
gotta be
cool.
exciting.
Then on the 20th and 21st, we're playing with OTEP 2 nights in a row, so we're excited for that.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
that's going to be awesome. They're doing their world tour, The Resistance, so we're super honored to even be opening for them.
I know, and then let alone 2 nights in a row.
That would be super cool.
That's exciting, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's going to put you
cool.
in front of a lot of new audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's how February's looking. I mean, there might be some other stuff come up, but right now that's what is happening.
Yeah, we're hoping, hoping to play some more shows this summer and maybe like a festival or two. And since we're our own roadie, our own manager, we kind of just book 1 month at a time. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to plan ahead on that whole thing. It was tough when we were out playing, and there were 5 of us having to move all that gear. When it's just 2 of you.
Especially a drum kit.
Yeah.
I remember them doing the drum kit, for the drummer for Joe's former band, and that was my mind was always blown that they could get in and out as fast as they could with as many parts and pieces as there are to a drum set.
It was all hands on deck when it came to putting Al's drums up. So yeah, I've seen your kit. It's not small, so that's got to take you a minute.
Yeah, it's kind of
it does.
kind of a science.
Yeah, I mean we're honing it down for sure. You know, do I really need this or do I not need this?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean,
like certain pieces, yeah.
That's kind of been an interesting thing that we've done with writing is like, okay, what can you write off of just playing this string and this string on guitar? What can you use? What kind of beat can you come up with just kick and snare? So it's been kind of, we're taking a little bit of a minimalist approach to writing the new record, so it's been interesting.
Cool.
Oh, well, that's very cool. And with that, we are going to take another quick break. We will be right back with you.
Don't miss the Mental Health Memoir of the Year, It's Not Your Journey. It's Not Your Journey is the true story of one woman's 20-year battle with mental illness and her recovery from a suicide attempt in 2013. Rebecca Lombardo candidly reveals her real and raw emotions in dealing with depression, bipolar disorder, the loss of her mother and brother, and more. Pick it up today on Amazon.com or visit www.RebeccaLombardo.com for more information.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. We are talking to Saphyre Rain today, and I'm up. So do you guys have any advice for anyone that might be struggling with depression or thoughts of suicide?
What's your advice? We're definitely not professionals, but
oh no.
One thing that I tell everybody that I come across is just like, you matter. And don't let somebody tell you that you don't matter. You know, don't believe that lie, because you do. And it doesn't matter what, the world may say. Your voice does matter. I mean, I get tired of hearing, well, you're just one person, so you can't make a difference, or you can't change the world, or what you think doesn't matter. It does matter, and you can change the world, because all things are connected. It's everything in life is connected to each other, and you can make the changes that you want to see happen, even within your own heart. Like, if you're struggling, if you have a broken heart, you can heal from that relationship or from that injury or whatever has happened. It is possible, even if you don't feel like it is. So I guess I would just say to just keep going and reach out to anybody that's going to help you, and just keep reaching out until you find the help you need. Don't give up on yourself.
That's really good advice.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's exceptional advice, and I know that those words will help somebody out there.
Yeah, it's the thing I'm finding as I get older is, that you get the whole mindset of, well, I'm just one person, I can't change the world. It's like, yeah, but you might be the whole world for one person, So
yeah, exactly.
You have to.
You could inspire somebody else to, go out and, do something bigger than they ever imagined or you ever imagined, or it's just, we're all a team, whether people want to admit it or not. We're all here on the same world. We're all in the same skin.
We're all human beings. We're not, skin color, sexual orientation, gender, disability, none of that should matter when you're dealing with the next person. The only thing that should matter is that you're a good person and they're a good person, and they have a good heart, and yeah, there's crappy people out there. You're going to encounter them on a day-to-day basis. They're just miserable.
Especially when you put yourself out there in the public, it becomes threefold, and there's nothing that we, as a country and as a world need now more than positivity. And with all these marches and all these different things that are happening to try and inspire people, that's something that I've really had to work on, and I don't always succeed at it, but I've tried to work on just being more positive to other people. There are times when I've got to bite my tongue, but there was a time where I didn't bite my tongue at all, ever.
Yeah.
There was just no filter whatsoever, and that's we need to be there for each other, and that's just really important. And really quickly, if I could just take a moment for something personal, I did actually start a petition that I did want to mention, and this petition is requiring that students in high school and college take a mandatory mental health awareness course. And when I say mental health awareness, I'm talking about, everything. Autism, Down syndrome, Asperger's, depression, schizophrenia, bipolar, PTSD, just the whole gamut, so that everybody knows how to treat those people and when to recognize stigma and when you are promoting stigma. And I do have a link for that petition on our Voices for Change website. And if you have any questions about that and you want to know how to sign that petition, the Voices for Change site is www.voices-for-change.net. But you can always reach out to me on Twitter or Facebook to get the information for that as well. And I'm sorry I took a little time out there for myself, but I did really want to get that into the show today. And this, I feel like this petition is important. And
especially in light of the new administration and all the stuff that's going on there already. And I think it's really showing with all the demonstrations and marches that are going on that everybody's finally realizing, hey, we're all in this together. We all have to have a voice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So,
I think I think that's a cool thing that you're trying to do, because I think that a lot of people to understand
There's certainly a lack of education about
definitely.
it. Even for myself, the things that I've been learning and researching, there's definitely things that you can learn about how to help yourself and how to help other people. So I just signed the petition last night. So there you go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get back into our questions a little bit here. This next one is a two-part question because you have two sons. A, what would you tell them? See what I did there? A, what would you tell them if they experience depression or anxiety? I'll let you guys answer, and then I'll ask the second one.
Okay.
I think that, if they struggle with that, like, I guess we just, you got to be a family, and you got to love each other. I think that's where, it kind of all starts, is just, loving and respecting, no matter really what their choices are, what they might choose to do. I just don't think that you can force them to do something that they don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one thing that just kills me, on Twitter, is I have a lot of girls that I talk to, teenage age kids, and they're like, I see on their feed all the time, well, my parents won't listen, or, nobody cares. I don't have anybody to talk to. I don't know what to do. And I guess, especially for our sons, we want to just make sure that they always know that if they're having an issue that they can
they feel
find
loved
help
and that they can come talk to us.
That's
they
good.
don't have to be afraid, even if it's not something good that they did. I still want them to know that they can come get help.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's something that breaks my heart is like, I mean, of course we all are not perfect as human parents, but as a parent you need to notice what's going on with your child, notice if they're struggling in school or notice if they're hurting and be their advocate.
Actually pay attention. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a show that I watch, and there was a really emotional scene where one of the daughters came to the family and announced that she was gay, and nobody expected it, but there were parts of the family that were crying and happy and so joyful for her for having found herself. And her father just came up to her and put his arms around her and said that no matter what, that he will always love her and she is always safe with him. And if she ever doesn't feel safe, he needs her to come and tell him, because that's what he's there for, and he's proud of her for finding herself. And I think that really speaks to what needs to be said in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Or even with just depression or anxiety. I think that the most important thing for a child is to know that they are safe with their family, and even in a even in a married relationship, to know that you are safe with your spouse. Yeah. So, just to sort of piggyback on what you're saying, I think it's the most important thing is acceptance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, question number 2. What would you tell them if they wanted to play music?
Just
perseverance, dedication.
Just hang in there, like stick it out.
Yeah. I guess it's not even really, it's not really for music, or it's just like anything.
Yeah.
Find something that you love and do it. Whether it's making you, $20 a day or $20,000 a day, if that's what you love to do. Life's too short to not live it. So I think that you should, do what you want, that you've always wanted to do,
Yeah, just to want to encourage them in their own passions, whatever that may be. And because it's hard. You can't define what somebody else's life is going to be like, but I definitely that for our boys and for any kids out there. It doesn't matter if they tell you can't do it. If you believe in it, you can.
Yeah, and I think if you just persevere through all those, people or emotions that are trying to, push you down and make you quit, I think if you can push through that it's going to turn into, something huge, Because I think that's go ahead.
I was going to say, I always like to say that anything that's worth doing isn't going to be easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know that one needs to kind of rattle around a minute, because it doesn't really it sounds weird when you say it, but you think about it and it's like, I want to do this. This is going to be awesome, but it's the hardest thing I've ever done, regardless of what
definitely.
it is.
Yeah.
And, it's important for people to remember that there will be days when you're going to want to give up, and that's okay.
Absolutely.
It's okay for you to feel that. Whatever you're feeling, feel it, because that's how you get past it.
Yeah.
You just, you understand that you've been here before and you felt that emotion before and you made it through. If you're still standing, your track record is 100%. And, there's nothing greater than knowing that you've been able to, like you said, persevere through all the obstacles that people have put in front of you. So, that's definitely good advice. And I think that, says a lot about you guys as parents. But, we do want to mention a little bit about some of the stuff that's on your website. I know, Amanda, that you guys recently came out with T-shirts, which is exciting because we each have one.
And we enjoy wearing them. Thank you.
And you, Amanda, you also make jewelry as well, don't you?
Yeah. That was just kind of a hobby that I got started into, and now it's something that I really enjoy. So I have a Facebook page and an Etsy shop for that stuff. It's Elry's Embers. That's ELYRIES, and then just EMBERS. So
you can reach that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I use just mostly like gemstones or different minerals and stuff like that.
And you can find some of that stuff on your website too, right? You can reach your pages.
I think that's linked up, but if it's not, I should. But
yeah,
That's a good point.
We're overhauling the website. We're gonna be coming out with a new website with like the new record release and stuff too. So it's gonna be more up to date.
We're gonna have new press photos and
yeah.
hopefully a new music video and redone the website and all that.
Well, just so everyone knows, for your social media, what do you have as far as? I don't think you have Instagram, do you?
We're not on there yet. No, we just have Facebook
and Twitter.
Twitter mainly.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your handles for those so everybody knows?
It's just /Saphyre Rain.
Yeah. Yeah, just Saphyre Rain, the SAPHYRE.
Okay.
Okay.
And then our YouTube one is Saphyre Rain Official.
Yeah.
Is the YouTube one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
All right, so what is next for you guys? What do you have planned?
I mean, just new music.
Yeah, the new record and hopefully
better shows.
Just keep expanding the shows. And
yeah, I think we're probably gonna come out with probably some new merch and stuff too, new designs.
Yeah, working on some new T-shirt designs.
Just trying to move forward in the right direction.
Stickers.
Hopefully be playing out of state pretty soon here.
Stickers, you said?
Stickers. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get stickers. Yeah. Everybody tells us that.
There's another thing that was kind of a hit too with Joe's band was they sold guitar picks.
Yeah.
With their name and logo on there too, which was really kind of cool.
Yeah, I still have a bunch, so if you want some, Amanda. I was actually going to ask you guys. I meant to ask that if you were looking into doing any out-of-state gigs, traveling either west or east. I don't know, maybe Detroit. Sorry, but
maybe there. Maybe we'll have somewhere to stay when we get there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. This house is so small. No, but we'll help you out.
We would love to. It's just kind of right now, like the transportation of it, and it's just kind of a new ball game when you start that. But that's definitely the goal.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that this year
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, like this year is gonna, I think every year is gonna be bigger and bigger for us.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to push to, write better music and, just to make everything better, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're kind of an all-around approach. We're trying to work on making the live show more interesting and getting like stage props and things to make it more aesthetically pleasing and making the songs the best they can be and just kind of honing in everything all around. And then I think as we get more of that local fan base underneath us, I think we'll definitely be able to do out of state.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great way to think about it and have a positive attitude about it. And unfortunately, with that, we have reached the end of our time with you guys. But we are going to play out to your song, Live. And we just want to say thank you very much for being on the show once again. Anything that we can do to help you guys move it along, just reach out to us at any time. We're here for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love you
guys so much for having us.
Absolutely.
We appreciate
Thanks for
it.
being here.
No, we appreciate you taking the time to be on, so thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a problem.
Just looking for a reason to hold on. If none of this matters, then why am I here? Nobody noticed before I disappeared. Here's your reason. Somebody cares. If your heart's still beating, nothing is your here. So I've been telling you that you're better off gone. It's not over, baby, you're not done. Frozen fingers embrace this new sun. You're going through hell and it's nothing but hurt. And life is a war, but freedom has one for you. Here is your reason. Somebody cares. If your heart's still beating, and nothing is your here. And so I've been telling you that you're better off gone. What do you do to live on? Breathe it in and breathe it out. You're not thinking over now. You're in beginning. Hold your breath against the pain. Hope you find your soul again. Not on your own anymore. Hold on.
Join us next week as Rebecca and Joe continue to battle the stigma of mental illness. Follow us on Twitter at Voices for Change RJ and on Facebook at Voices for Change 2.0.